is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Flying, get on board. We're smiling on top of the world.
Good morning.
Hello. Hi.
So we are leaving Shenandoah today. We are headed towards West Virginia. We're going to be staying at Lake Stephens Recreation Area. It's a county park in Raleigh County, I believe. It's about a 4-hour drive from here. We had a great time at Creekside Campground. I think we got a couple pictures of the site for you guys. It's a beautiful, quiet campground, well maintained. Gravel sites. The creek was a quiet creek when we got there, and with all the rain it became a much louder creek, but it was really peaceful. Not a lot of amenities as far as, like, there's no laundry room on site, there's no playground, pool, but it is really well priced, right off 81, and close enough to the national parks. I really enjoyed the stay.
Yeah, and there is a laundry room, laundromat, about 3 minutes from it, so it's really close. And yeah, it was beautiful. The lady was very nice. And
Yeah. As far as like groceries and errands and all of that, there's a Walmart and a Food Lion. I think that was it. In Woodstock, Virginia, which is about 10 to 15 minutes down the road. It was only like 5-6 miles. It wasn't that bad. But that town had everything. It had restaurants too, so very close. And then Harrisonburg is a much bigger town, and that's about a half an hour away. And they have everything you can think of there. So we had a really good time. Shenandoah National Park, you guys saw us go there. Again, loved it. Absolutely beautiful. Still, even though we were there for 2 weeks and we actually explored a lot of it, there's still so much more to see. We didn't even finish the entire Skyline Drive, so we got about 3/4 of the way. So we still have an entire quarter of the Skyline Drive to see. There's so many hiking trails, so many waterfalls. So definitely you can spend an entire month here and probably still not see everything. Definitely a place that we want to come back to because it was absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so that's it. So we'll see you guys once we get to Lake Stephens in West Virginia.
later.
Alright guys, so we are here. We made it to Lake Stephens here in Beckley, West Virginia. This is a Raleigh County campground, a Raleigh County park, but it obviously has a campground, pretty large campground. There's 2 different loops. One loop has like pull-throughs, but in this one it's all back-ends with gravel sites. The other ones are grass sites, so they're closer to the playgrounds. But from what I understood when I looked at the reviews on RV Life, this section that we're in is actually the newer section. Of course, I'll show you guys around at least our campsite soon. But it's the newer section, and the sites are a little more spaced out than the other side, than the older sites are. But really nice so far from what we can tell. Full hookups, so water, electric, sewer, 30 and 50 amp at the electric pedestal. Good water pressure from what we can tell. So obviously they have a lake here, and in the lake they have you can swim, you can go boating, you can rent canoes and kayaks. I think you can rent paddle boards too. They also have what they call an aqua park, which is basically like they blow up water slides and a blow up fun house that sits on the water. So looking forward. That's open every single day from Memorial Day to Labor Day. So really hoping to enjoy that while we're here because the weather is perfect for it. It's a really hot day today. It took us about 4 hours to get here. The price for this campground, I had to go back and look, but it's $43 a night. But after taxes and all that good stuff, it came out to $330. Sorry, it came out to $330 for the 1 week. But not a bad price. I think it was one of the lowest prices around. 30 minutes to one of the visitor centers and about 40 minutes to the other one. So, you know, not too bad of a drive to get from here to the national park. So not really sure what we're going to do in the national park. We were trying to get some whitewater rafting, a day whitewater rafting for Jackson's first time. But the one place I did call, they called me back as we pulled in here, and they said that they didn't have anything available. There's a list of places that do it, so I'm going to try some other places. It's last minute. I really didn't think we were going to pick whitewater rafting. There's also a tour that you can cross the bridge at New River Gorge National Park on the catwalk. So like underneath the highway, you're roped in, or you're harnessed in. I was looking forward to that. But Jackson picked whitewater rafting. I don't blame him because I would have picked probably whitewater rafting too for my first time. But I've done it before. He hasn't, so I think that's why he picked it. So hopefully we can get on the water. It'd be really cool. I guess that's one of the big things to do here at New River Gorge National Park. Of course, we'll probably do some hiking. And then we'll see what else. We'll go talk to the rangers at the visitor center and see what else we can get into. But we're here for just a week, and then we're moving on after that. So this is a shorter one for us. And the last thing I wanted to mention was, so it was a pretty easy drive day. No traffic. 81 to 64 west. 64 west. So West Virginia. I'm sure if you guys are from West Virginia, if you've driven through West Virginia, it's very mountainous. It's very up and down. You go up one hill on the interstate, you go right down the other side of it, and you just keep doing that. And you guys know we drive a gas F250. It's a 6.2 liter, so it's actually the smaller engine of this F250, and it's a 6-speed transmission. So it's a 2021, but the engine transmission setup is actually from their previous generations, and they actually did away with them. I think in 2023 or 24 they did away with that setup. I actually think 2022 was the last year of the 6-speed transmission altogether. So, but anyway. It was Sandstone Mountain in West Virginia is a 4 mile, it's actually a 10-mile climb, but it's a 4 mile of 7% grade. And it was the first time that the truck has not struggled, but it did not want to hold 65 miles an hour up the mountain. And we had to drop down to second gear, and we dropped down to like 45, 50 miles an hour. We were still going faster than the semis that were doing the grade. But it was the first time I was actually worried about transmission overheating and all of that. And the transmission did rise to a level that it hasn't risen to the entire time we've been on the road so far. Even before we started RVing full time, we went up to Lake George and up to upstate New York and the Berkshires and all of that. I know it's nothing compared to what you see out west, but this was definitely the longest, steepest grade we've experienced so far with this RV. So it started getting to a point where I was a little worried about the transmission temperature rising, but once it stayed steady at 45, or I think it was like 50 miles an hour we stayed steady at, it immediately the temperature started dropping, and once we crested it, it dropped down right away. So the transmission crew did exactly what it was supposed to do. I just say all that to say that if you drive a gas truck, and you're wondering if you're looking into buying a truck to RV, and thinking between gas and diesel, these are, when you get to these steep grades for a long grade, or a long steep grade, that's when you start kind of running into issues with pulling power, because diesels are going to get their power from a much lower RPM, whereas a gas truck wants to rev really high. So the truck wants to be at 4,000 RPMs and make its maximum torque. So not only are you eating fuel, the transmission's obviously working harder. Again, it's designed to do all of this, but you're definitely not going to run any races up the mountain, which you shouldn't be trying to race up the mountain anyway. But it is one of those things where if you had a diesel, it would have been less of a worry and a much easier climb up the mountain pass. But again, it's designed to do what it did. It got us over. We're not anywhere near our numbers for the truck. The truck is way under all of its weights. It's just a 7% grade for 4 or 5 miles. I think it was 4 miles. Like I said, once we crested it, all the temperatures dropped back down to normal. So everything worked as it should, and just an experience. I wish I had recorded it for you guys, but I'll be honest, I was a little bit of white knuckle trying to make sure that it was gonna hold up the mountain, and it was gonna hold temperatures, and we weren't gonna damage the truck. But again, it's designed to do what it did, and it did it. So we already had the truck, so that's why we kept it, and we use it for full timing. But if you're looking to get into it, that's where diesel wins out. It wins out going up those big mountains, or up those steep grades, and it wins going down those steep grades. We did go down to 7% grade, and the truck held back fine. It dropped a couple of gears, and it held us at 65 miles an hour, all but without touching the brake, all the way down the hill, so the mountain. So going down was no problem. It was going up, but it had to work a little bit harder. And we had a nice 20-mile-an-hour gust headwind coming towards us too, so that didn't help either. But yeah, so again, I just say all that to say, if you're getting into RVing, or RVing full time, or RVing part time, or even if you're not a weekender, not so much, but as a part time, maybe seasonal or full timing, you don't have a truck yet. Diesel does have its perks in that regard, but it does have the higher maintenance cost with it as well. So there's always offsets. Anyway, so that's what we're gonna. So that was our drive for today. Looking forward to exploring the national park. Looking forward to bringing you guys along with us, and so we'll see you guys with whatever we do first. Good afternoon, guys.
Hi.
What are we doing today?
Hiking.
Hiking. You know where we're going? No. So we are going. You know what national park we're near?
West Virginia
New River.
New River National Park.
New River Gorge National Park. Yes, so West Virginia. Good job. So today we're going to the national park. We're going to go to the Grandview Visitor Center, and we're going to hike the tunnel trail as well as the short trail to go see the Grandview Overlook. I think it's about 1.2 miles total. So it shouldn't take us very long. It's about 40 minutes to get there. We're bringing Tuka today because dogs are allowed on the trail, and he hasn't been on a hike in quite a while. So
2 weeks.
more than 2 weeks.
A month.
Maybe a couple of months at this point. So he's going to come out with us, and hopefully we won't find many ticks on him when we get back this time. So looking forward to it. You ready?
Yeah.
Jackson got a new toy. That's how we kept cool yesterday, and then we're gonna keep cool. It's gonna be a hot week coming up Sunday. It's gonna be over 90 degrees for the next 5 days after that. So we'll play with some squirt guns and keep each other cool. Yep. All right. See you guys out on the trail. We're so excited.
But I'm not ready.
I don't know if I mentioned it in the house. I kind of forget. But it's about 40 minutes to the visitor center from this campground. So again, we're staying at Lake Stephens in Raleigh County. It's a Raleigh County public recreation area. So about 40 minutes to the Grandview Visitor Center. It's the closest one to us. The other ones are in, I think it's called Fayetteville, and then Sandstone. We might try to go to Sandstone because I guess Sandstone has a nice little waterfall. You guys know we love waterfalls. The Jobs especially loves waterfalls. So we might try to do that later on during the week. But this trailhead's going to start from Grandview. So the visitor center is only open 12 to 5, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's not open Monday through Thursday. So just so you know. All right, let's get on the road.
Pardon. Do you know what the best river is? Do you know where the best bear is so I can eat it?
That was a good hike. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanna know where to get it. He actually he knocked his own bottle off an edge.
Yeah.
And he's the savior today.
Yeah, we dropped the, well, I guess he knocked over the water bottle down a little cliff, but I went down and got it, so all is well. But that was a good hike. It was less than a mile, so if you want to just get a little taste of the national park, it kind of gives. There's a lot of trails here that have the natural rock formations, these rock walls. So this one gives you a little taste of that without being too extreme. And it was, we did it in sneakers, so it wasn't too. It wasn't like, it wasn't too slippery. It wasn't too it wasn't a good thing. It wasn't wet. There's a lot of rocks you're climbing on as steps, so just be wary of that. It's not an accessible trail, but it is a really good trail for kids of all ages, for anybody of all ages. If you want just a little taste of hiking, I would suggest this one. It was really good. And then if you want to just go to the Overlook is accessible, so you can just go right from the parking lot. It's literally maybe 150, 200 yards away, and you get to the Overlook, the Grandview Overlook, which is a really nice overlook of the national park, as you guys saw.
Yeah, it was really nice. It's different from all the other ones that we've done recently, so that was nice to see, like, all the rocks. Yeah. And there's like little crevices that you can go and explore inside and see what's in there, and yeah, it was pretty cool to explore that. And even though it's nice and hot up here, down there it was pretty cool. Yeah,
actually I read on the national park website that this trail, which is what was the trail called? The tunnel trail. It's actually the coolest trail, like not as in like it was cool, but it was like cooler as in temperature. The coolest trail that they have, because it is all shaded. You are kind of down in this kind of gorge, so it does stay cooler, and it seems to always be moist down there, they said. So you could actually feel the temperature difference from up top to down there. So of course, if it's a hot day, I would say pick this trail too, because you'll stay a little cooler than you would anywhere else.
Yes.
So now we're gonna head to Turkey Spur Overlook. It's you can hike this. So if you want to go from the Grandview Visitor Center, you can go the Castle Rock Trail to the Grandview Loop Trail, I think it's called, and that'll bring you to the Turkey Spur Overlook as well. Or you can drive. So we're just gonna drive down there. It's about a 7-minute drive from here. Just another overlooking the gorge and the river and all of that. So we'll see how it looks. To give you guys some perspective, that over there is where we were. So you can hike that entire ridgeline ish and get to here as well to see a view more or less facing southeast. So that was a cool overlook. I would say that was 100% worth it to come down here and check it out. Again, not inaccessible. Although from the parking lot you can see a good view of the river, but if you go up the stairs, you can see a higher vantage point. So if you want to come down here and you don't want to do any walking at all, you can actually just park right at the edge here, look out, and you'll see the river, which is really cool. But I would say if you can do the hike or if you can do the walk up the stairs, go for it, because you'll get an even better bird's eye view of it all. You'll be able to see both looking south and north, which I thought was pretty cool too. And it's only 7 minutes from the Grandview Visitor Center. So that's it for today. We're gonna head back to the campground, get some dinner ready. It's 3 o'clock, but we'll start cooking dinner. It takes about, like I said, 40 minutes to get back. So get some dinner ready. Tomorrow, I think we have a driving tour planned. I'm not sure if we're gonna go with the tour guide that we usually go with on the in the app, but the National Park Service actually has a suggested driving tour as well. So we'll probably try that one out, or one of the two out. I believe that one is out near the Fayetteville I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but Fayetteville Visitor Center, whatever visitor center is over there, that's where it starts. That's about 45 minutes from the campground as well, but going, I guess, north. And this is more going southwest-ish. I don't know. Anyway, so that's it. So we'll see you guys tomorrow when we do the driving tour. Until then.
Later.
God bless, stay safe.
Thank you all so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, show us some YouTube love by hitting that like, subscribe, and share button for us. It would mean a lot. Next week, we take a driving tour of the old Fayette Station Road and go whitewater rafting down the New River. Until next time, God bless and stay safe.